So what's up, guys? I'm back again and came home from work. I did a previous quick video showing the complications of this retrofit, and um, just wanted to bring it home and talk about it by showing you guys what I mean. So matching the diagrams up to what I actually have here. So I did a crude drawing of this diagram, and the orientation is sort of like that. It's the best I could do. I did it at work. So the problem that I found inside the neck, and this is not mentioned in the kit, is that the roof of this, where you slot it into the car stock, and this is something I think you should know before you even cut anything in your car, that the roof, you probably can't see in this video, but if I stick my pinky in here, right up to this much goes in where my finger is. So I go in that much, and I'm hitting the fins. So I'm hitting these two fins. Now the problem with that, the fins, is you could easily file the fins away to get deeper in there, but right after the fin, like maybe a quarter of an inch after the fin, you hit this. So you hit the bottom part of this slope and it slopes up. And that slope, I guess it follows that. It's like sloping like that, so I guess it follows that. And what's behind the roof of that is all the electronics in the knob. So even if you're falling aware, dremeling anything in here, you want to be careful not to go any further than that. And as you can even see, there's wiring coming out right there. So let's see where that wiring comes out in reference to. So the fins stop my finger right where the wiring is, and above the fins is sort of like that slope to protect you, I guess, the rest of the unit from anything going any deeper in there. You can't see. So the problem with that is what you want to do when you install it is, I did a schematic here where the angle of this from the horizontal should match the angle of your cut in your stock. And now after you do that, you're still going to hit the fins. So you have to solve the fins before you even worry about the cut. Now the way around that is to file grooves in here. That the best way actually of doing this, the most OEM way, is to file little grooves in here to match the fins. So the fins would lock right into that to prevent it from twisting side to side. And then you keep sliding it past the fins and your angle will rest against the roof. So it will rest on the roof. And what will happen is you'll get a nice sort of low center of gravity on the knob. It won't be giraffed up above the console. And I think that's what a lot of people have. I think from the pictures I've seen, they're doing the square cut that the kit, and it's a really good kit. One of the forum members put this together for a MotiveMods installation kit. So in the kit, I think they recommend you just do a straight cut across that stock. And you can see the result there. So he did a straight cut across that stock. And I'm not sure if he has a finished picture in here somewhere. So with that straight cut across the stock, it still sits kind of high. And what this guy had did after cutting the stock, I believe he filed the fins down to get as high up as he can, but he put a screw in there and drilled a hole into the shifter assembly stock to bolt it into that stock so it doesn't swivel around. But I think the way I'm looking at it is you could get around that by filing down the shifter, the metal of the stock itself, or if you have like a saw to just create indentation similar to the top here where it has like a loop for the fins to just slot right in there, and it keeps it from twisting. And then you use a hose clamp, like a hose clamp, a metal hose clamp down there. Some of the members have done that to secure it, and it works. So you could secure it with the hose clamp right there at the base to get it secure. So you get like the fit as well as the height. It will be low because the angle will match that. And I know it seems way complicated, and it seems more complicated than it actually is. So I did also another schematic looking in, and had I had a better camera or a flashlight or some sort, I should have a flashlight, I don't know why I don't have a flashlight, you would have seen into this hole. Inside that hole, this is what you see. So these fins are weird. The trick with these is it's easy to file them away, but if you want to create like a matching groove on your stock to line up with the fins, you have to know that the fins or the tabs, there's no orientation to them, so they don't match the shifter orientation, so it doesn't line up with any of that. So here you have indentations here going up and down and then side to side. So the fins, looking into that, they're sort of at an angle, and that's what I mean when I say there's an angle of the fins there. So the fins are actually anchored on this and that. I believe the reason that's done on the OEM installation in the car, I think these might face slightly tilted towards the driver, and the way they anchor into the car, the fins anchor it so that this tilt towards the driver. I'm thinking that's the only reason BMW put the fins at such a weird angle. I'm not sure why they would do that. But just keep that in mind. There's ways around that I'm going to plan through this carefully before I cut anything. I may actually end up buying a used one of these on eBay, because I've noticed you could get one of these from like $40-$30. They sell the whole shifter assembly, and that's, I have a picture here. That's what it looks like. So on my car, every car is different. You have to make sure you put your car in. On my car, the one for the X-Drive is 606, and this is brand new from ECS Tuning. But you could buy them used. I'm just going to get one from any car used for about $50, maybe $40, and just practice on that before I actually destroy the one in my, not destroy it, but modify the one in my car. And that's it. That's just concerns for installing this kit. And it wasn't mentioned anywhere else on the forums regarding this installation, and it's not definitely not mentioned in this that MotiveMod put together for the retrofit kit. So I think that's just something to consider, and it's a really great kit. I again, like, high praise them for producing this. It's all OEM materials. Everything works. Everything looks good in the car. It matches the car. I didn't mention about the sport button. It lights up, but it's not active. It will not throw your car into sport mode because it's a digital button. On this, it is a plug for it, but the plug kind of just makes the button light up with the dash lights as well, but it doesn't put your car into sport mode. Like I said, your E90 will still be analog in terms of shifting into the DS, but it's not going to be functioning through the sport button. So don't expect that to work. It's just for show. Like I said, it's a really good kit. I highly recommend it, and that will be it for that.